In all things, we are more than conquerors to him and through him that loved us. In all things, we are more than conquerors. We're more than that. We have more than the natural weapons of warfare. We have more than to create enemies. We have more. We're more than a conqueror because we respond in a place where we see the spiritual realm. We see that it's greater than the natural realm. It's not that the natural realm is not real, it just means that there's a more real reality beyond what you can see. Because the things that you see are temporal and the things that you do not see are eternal. And so we're talking about eternal things, things that will not end. The things that we see here will end, as real as they may seem. You're more than a conqueror. You can do it. It may feel tough in your mind right now, but I'm even speaking to your mind right now. You can do it. You can stop creating enemies. You can walk in peace. You can see the good in your brother and recognize that whatever's going inside you, okay, that's the fight, but that fight, guess what? I'm going to suffer right now because it can't be compared to what God is about to reveal in me. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to reveal something in me that is so powerful that my mind can't really totally comprehend it. And I'm going to walk in peace. I'm going to love my brother as Christ shared and told me to do. As a matter of fact, he went deeper. He says, love your brother and your neighbor as yourself. And so really when you create those enemies, that's self-hatred. When you fight against your brother, when you talk against your brother, when you cannot find peace with the people that God has put in your life, you are really doing that against yourself. And you don't even know you're creating self-destruction for yourself unnecessarily. Heartache unnecessarily, because if God be for you, who can be against you? Because it's not against you, because he said if you learn how to love your brother as yourself, if you learn how to truly love people as you love yourself, because you surely enough love yourself enough to pick up that sword and use carnal methods to try to protect yourself. God said, just imagine if you just believe what I told you. And if you love them as you love yourself, would you do that to yourself? Would you say that about yourself? Would you think that about yourself? Would you want somebody to take your frailties and the stuff that you're working on, and every time they come in front of you, that's what they have on their mind? They're thinking about where you are missing it and judging you by what you're working on. Like, is that what you really want? You remember how they didn't have your back, or how you saw they didn't have your back, and so you carry that every time you see them. Yeah, they didn't have my back. Yeah, they didn't have my back. You still on that? Is that what you would want? Okay. So, in the spirit of what I'm saying about looking in the unseen, looking beyond what we see, not creating enemies in our own minds toward our brethren, treating our brethren as we really want to be treated, which is one of the most powerful things this earth has ever heard. Love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. He said that's probably the greatest, the second greatest commandment. The greatest one is to love the Lord thy God with all your heart. He said the other is just as great. Love your neighbor as yourself. So you say you want to follow God, you want to be God-like, Christ-like, then do this work we're talking about right here. This is the work. Loving your neighbor as yourself.